Tomb stage. Hello.
Yo, it's Daft
Yo,
Grass.
what's
That's
up?
crazy.
It's me.
Wait, are you available tomorrow? To class?
For what?
West Coast Whammy. It's like it'll start at 8 p.m. Eastern because it's a West Coast tournament.
How many teams are there?
Depends on how many teams sign up.
Yeah, it depends on how many teams sign up. There's gonna be some late signups.
I'll let you know
Jesus.
tomorrow. I'll let you know tomorrow.
Yeah, probably at least 14. Which is funny because top 3 get payout in OD points.
Yo, Comet joined! Comet joined the Maiden and Spell tournament. Holy shit.
How much does that game cost on Steam?
A bit. Let's go. Comet joined.
Oh, I see how this game works now.
Wait, Max is... Uh-oh. Max is unaware that this is happening in Costco.
Why is it happening in Costco instead of...
Because I'm too lazy to move.
Holy shit.
Hello?
Hello.
Max?
Comet joined.
Let's go.
And QP joined too. Oh, this is like randomly stacked in the last minute. Like every Maiden and Spell tournament.
You know things are looking dark when the cash prize tournament only has 4 entrants.
Well, everyone will sign up tomorrow for that one. That's the classic.
Alright, I've returned now. I'm ready for
Welcome
this 1v1.
It's not a 1v1, there are 5 people.
What? Oh.
Alright, Max, you wanted to give your best beginner's introduction to Maiden and Spell for both the audience and the people we have on the desk right now?
Sure, do we have a big audience?
28 viewers stolen from the Omega Strikers tournament.
Okay, so the way I would say to think about Maiden Spell is it's a 1v1 game based around dodging, because there's not really health or hit stun or anything. It's just you cannot get hit 4 times or you lose. And every character will try to draw certain patterns on the screen to make the enemy players forced to get hit. Every character has some sort of defensive move, some sort of direct attack, and then some sort of move to catch movement. Although the game plans between them vary wildly. And I'd say it's a very execution-based game. It kind of slides the scale heavily towards that and away from mind games that a lot of traditional fighters have. And it's also very game plan oriented.
So basically, you want to make your opponent get hit, and you want to dodge. Yeah.
It sounds like a true fighting game to me.
Honestly, yeah. Sounds
Is
like
it more-
everyone's just playing Pac-Man.
Pac-Man?
Pac-Man, out of all things.
Out of anything.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
No-
What do I mean? Pac-Man?
No, Pac-Man from Smash. Pac-Man from my fault. I should have
What?
clarified.
It still doesn't make
That makes
sense.
less
I don't know. It makes less sense somehow.
Okay. All right. My
You
fault.
never
My
played
fault.
Smash before. Oh my god. Nah. And first of all, no one plays Pac-Man in Smash either. That champ is garbage.
What?
Except
And
that one,
he's actually top tier.
that's that one guy who plays Pac-Man,
High
right?
tier.
It's like literally a single
At least high
Pac-Man
tier. I
player.
don't know about top tier, but yeah.
Okay,
God.
so I will start the bracket now. Let's hop into Comet's game. Because clearly that's the one to hop into.
You mean
Comet.
lobby?
Comet know how to play this game?
Oh, I thought you meant Comet as in Illy's other name.
Oh, yeah, not that one.
Comet, my goat. Who's Comet playing? I'm done to you.
Comet? I think Comet's a Storm player. Storm is the character that's very fast, has a clone.
Rune.
But it's really easy to die because she's hard to control.
Oh, he's like too fast.
Yeah, too fast basically. Being that fast is it's almost a hindrance. In fact, I'd say it is a hindrance to be that fast.
Sounds like a D tier champ. Not gonna lie.
Actually, debatably number 1 or 2.
she's too fast. Where it's a problem, but
Well, no, because everything else is just insane.
oh, okay. It's like that. It's like a side effect of her being too good.
I don't know if I'd say it's a side effect. The game wasn't balanced very intentionally from the beginning. It was kind of patched into being playable over time.
Yeah. Okay.
So characters just kind of have random attributes. I think it would actually make more sense for Storm to be no, actually, she kind of needs to be fast. Yeah, I don't know. It's just the character because the way Storm Beast plays is by summoning giant orbs that move slowly, and you build impenetrable walls with them to keep the opponent from moving, and then you end them. And you also have the best wide in the game at preventing people from moving. If you hold the button, your opponent must move slowly or they will get hit.
So I was gonna ask. So it's like when people take damage, is it more of like a checkmate scenario or like someone's misplayed?
Depends on the character. There are some characters like Storm Beast and Depth Secret that are almost always going to be a checkmate hit. And then characters like Red Hood and Sun Priestess, who will almost never get a checkmate hit. And it'll just be through overwhelming projectile spam. They're going to make a mistake.
Just can't dodge that much.
Yeah, so different characters emphasize different aspects of that. Oh yeah, and another important thing that I didn't mention is as the game goes on, the arena will shrink. So certain characters are better late than others. So if you're a character that's good late, you can sometimes just try to not die and make it to the end game. But if you're a character that is good early, you want to try to win before then.
Sounds good. What's the format? Is this BO3?
BO5.
Sai
BO5.
usually does
Yo,
best of
5.
Oh,
Are
yeah,
the games short or long?
Matchup dependent.
Matchup dependent, but way shorter than Omega Strikers. I
Like,
think.
are we
Unless-
talking like 2 minutes or?
I've seen Frost Worm matches go way longer than Omega Strikers matches. But that's rare. Very rare.
Kind of Javaro dependent.
Yeah, Javaro stalls tournament sets by himself. Who's MM? Yeah, for those in the audience unaware, I am Max. I sometimes play. I am also a commentator for MNS.
Sometimes
I do play. I play Omega Strikers too, but haven't had the time to do that much lately.
Oh, that's right. I think you've been on the Omega Strikers broadcast before, right?
Yeah, I was on stream once against Game Freak's team. We were the last second Warriors.
Go to team name.
Yeah, we
True.
signed up in the last 2 minutes. Or actually
Yeah.
in the last -5 minutes because it got extended for us.
Hey, you
Haven't you
take this.
casted a tournament before? An Omega Strikers one before? It's like I've seen you.
I
sure.
casted part of one, yeah.
Yeah, there it is. I think
I wasn't
think
happy with
you're-
my performance, so I never did it again.
Understandable. It happens. It's hard casting games you know literally like nothing about. Or
I wouldn't
Yeah,
say I know
that
nothing
is
about the
true.
game at all. I'm decently high ranked. I definitely know the game.
Alright.
What?
You talking about Omega Strikers or Maiden Spell?
Omega Strikers. A
Omega
Maiden and
Strikers.
Spell, I
I
commentate
was
a
gonna say, does Maiden Spell have a rank system?
lot. It has self-assigned skill tags.
Self-assigned skill. So I can be the highest rank. Let's go.
Yeah, you can theoretically.
And it's like the way that people play each other. There's like a Discord server that people just like DM each other like want to play or
Yeah, it's a really small game. It basically is Discord only,
see.
but it's fun. So I guess I'll take this time to plug. So probably in about 2 weeks ish, I'm going to be hosting a beginners tournament. So if anyone wants to get into the game with other new players, that'll be the best time. Practice up for the beginner tournament. Game Freak, who I think is in this match.
Nope.
Maybe, I don't remember. No? Okay,
Skip
well, we'll be in
Skip
the
is a
tournament.
beginner tournament winner though.
Okay, Scape and Game Freak are both beginner tournament winners, as is QP. This is a lot of beginner tournament winners in this one, huh?
Beginner tournament winners tend to just be good players in the future.
You gotta have the innate skill to get past the beginners tournament, I guess.
Alright, it's Comet versus Barry, also known as Skip. And okay, the Frost coming out.
Rock. Interesting. I thought Scape was switching to Arc, but I guess going Frost today.
As you can see, maybe the rune comparisons are justified.
The rune comparisons
yes,
for which character?
Storm.
I mean, I kind of has a teleport and a clone, I guess.
Maybe Zed.
Yeah, definitely Zed-like.
But yeah, it's actually just Zed.
Yeah, this character is, I think, much more similar to Zed than to Rune.
So basically, the main game plan, I think, QP, the best Storm at the moment, goes for is creating walls. Comet going for a little bit of that, but unfortunately the clone fizzles out and completely destroys that game plan. And you know, Skip is being a little lame, just sitting there and pressing the focus basic button, just shooting out the machine gun.
I mean, that's all you really can do is Frost in this matchup. If you try to go in, Storm can just hold wide and you have to stop moving. It's like one of these matchups where it's kind of, depending on how good you are, it depends who has the agency. Because if Storm isn't good, Frost can just sit there and spam, and it's entirely Storm's job to try to win the match with before you die. But if Storm is good enough to never bonk on random attacks, it then becomes Frost's job to try to win, because Storm will just sit there and form unbeatable walls forever. So Frost has to try and be proactive somehow. So I think the key to being a good Storm player is you need to be good enough to force the opponent to be the one who has to win.
Yeah, and that last card wasn't just, it was pretty one-sided, but there were some good moments for Comet, especially near the end. Almost caught Barry on a move inwards with the melee basic. Maybe should try to, I guess, make the game more chaotic, because right now just the charge basics are just letting Barry move very slowly, right? So maybe going for the melee or just running around might be better.
It is my opinion that when you are playing this matchup, if you're not, if you can tell you're not going to win through walls, and you can usually tell that pretty early. I think at this point, Comet can probably make the decision. Walls are just not going to happen. I can't survive long enough. I think you should just give up and play Old Storm, just the tap style. I think that's probably Comet's chance here. Because against Frost in particular, you can just circle and have very little risk getting hit if you do that.
And Barry closes it out with a wide snipe at the top wall. Yeah, I think just changing up the game plan a little bit could definitely help, because right now it's just too little pressure. Comet needs to just run around a little more.
Yeah, either needs to do better at surviving to build the walls or switch to a runaround style.
Oh, but Barry doing a little bit of bullying here. Switching to Sun, notorious new player killer move in Sun's kit is the diamonds, which you will pretty quickly see, I think, why it is the noob killer move.
Even more so than that, I think Sun versus Storm, when Storm isn't really good, is nearly impossible. It's okay. So Comet switching to Hood.
That's kind of a big.
A much better choice for a beginner. This will raise their relative skill by tenfold, probably.
Yeah, some might even say that Red Hood plays herself.
I would say that. You can follow a simple flowchart with this character, and I think reach expert level doing only that, if your dodging is good. You do not have to have any amount of offensive structure to play this character, which is very different from Storm.
Unfortunately, Comet kind of getting chased here. It's so scary. Has to use the Vanish, does not press the key in time, and finally presses it. but oh, unfortunately steps on a wide while trying to escape.
Yeah, I've never seen Comet play anyone other than Storm, so they might not be used to the whole getting sat on thing that Red Hood has to deal with. Yeah, so for those in the audience who aren't aware, there is this thing in the game called a dead zone, where a lot of moves do not have a hitbox immediately in front of the character. This is to prevent just like rushing in from being as strong as it could be. But a consequence of this for some characters like Red Hood is that she doesn't really have a move that covers close up to her. So if you just sit on her, she can't really do much about it. It's Red Hood's biggest weakness.
And that was pretty good from Comet near the end. Even like dodged the diamonds a little, but unfortunately sat in the vanish still a little too long, and that's just how it goes when that happens. Comet switching back to Storm Beast, definitely a good choice. Was very unfamiliar with the Red Hood, it looks like.
Yeah.
They typed their champs in chat. They're like
So like, I think this is the same in all like fighting games where loser
Oh,
gets
I see,
counter
I
pick
see.
advantage.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
It's also
Can't
just
make
a
it
rule
mad
that's been
busted, too,
grandfathered in over and over.
Yeah.
The first person who wrote a rule set has been copied down through all TOs, and it's just still in the game. But it's fine. I think it gives time to mentally prepare for what matchup's coming.
All right, the tap style coming in a little bit more and focusing to try and slow themselves down.
Yeah.
But
Also, for context, I was warming up Scapé's son for like the last hour.
what? That's cheating.
Yeah. I forgot there was a tournament. I thought we were just playing friendlies. Yeah. The thing about this matchup is Storm, you have to like not get caught on the wrong side of the wall, which is easy to do if you know how to walk through Sun's projectiles, but that is not an intuitive thing to do for a new player. Comet might not even know that the projectiles don't have a hitbox at first. We lost everybody. They thought the game was too boring.
Well, we're gonna have Comet soon if they get knocked out, so that'll be another voice for the cast. And Comet might even take this card, but no, runs into a waffle, and that's just tragic. That was their best shot. They were one heart away. Unfortunately, cannot close it out.
A respectable first tournament match.
For sure.
And still has losers bracket. Do you remember what my first tournament match was?
I do not.
It was fighting Cade.
Oh.
I think that's the only time I ever have played Cade in all of my time playing the game was that one match. Do we know who MM is, by the way?
Nope.
They appear to have a private Steam profile.
Wow, stalking them. Okay.
Well, I was just curious. Maybe it's like some top player hiding. QP versus Jfeather.
I really wonder what QP will pick here, because it might not be the Storm.
You don't think so? Why not?
QP is a fan of not picking the usual characters. Definitely has a little bit more fun.
Expecting Lich from Jfeather became the thing he once sought to destroy.
White Rice comes in, gets called out for not signing up.
I didn't sign up because I haven't played much lately. I want to not disgrace myself. I have a reputation to uphold.
Okay, and it's as expected here.
Storm versus Lich. So Game Freak probably has given QP a lot of practice in this matchup. We'll have to see if Jfeather can bring anything new to the table.
Yeah, and QP really trying to check Jfeather with the charge basic.
Alright, it probably should have saved a butterfly for that hole on the bottom there, because there was a gap that QB just used to escape. Here we go.
And QP just so comfortable when the Lich setup isn't completely in their face. And as Jfeather goes for it, just gets meleeed for their troubles.
Yeah, Jfeather had a good split on the butterflies, but just died, unfortunately. Ooh, that is a big flower. Risked it by waiting for the hit before going for it.
Yeah,
If QP goes right, those butterflies aren't going to be that good.
yeah, it was a little scary, but that was only because QP was just staying there.
Yeah. Yeah, look at those butterflies. They're all lined up. I guess if QP like goes top, they'll be good, but just side like this, they're going to overlap on themselves a lot.
I'm gonna drag Comet in here. You have been forcibly moved, Comet.
Alright, yo, okay, so we got the butterfly girl and this fucking bunny person.
Yeah, and
Fucking
Storm Beast.
QP is the best active Storm, so I think probably the best person to watch if you're an up-and-coming Storm player.
I'm working
Yeah.
on the delay because I did not join the spectate.
QP's Storm gameplay is honestly inspiring. Just plays the character so well.
That was some insane gameplay out on the maiden field.
So yeah, you're gonna be allowed to spectate, I think.
I think something important to look for Storm Comet is clone placement. Clone placement is, I think, aside from living, one of the most important things on Storm. Although, to be honest, living is something even I struggle with on Storm. Takes a while to get there. She's very fast. What's our viewer count right now, Saya?
25.
Wow. Happy to see everyone there. Hopefully the matches are entertaining.
I think how do I put it? Maiden Spell's a hard game to get into. I just gotta say it, like.
No, it definitely is. I agree. You have to like. Do you mean as a spectator or as a player, though?
Both.
I don't think it's that hard as a spectator. It's like everything's color coded, so you know one color just doesn't want to touch the other color.
Alright, and
aside from the focus moves, which aren't super needed to understand, it's just
Holy
like,
shit.
you know, blue flower girl doesn't want to touch the electricity, and the bunny girl doesn't want to touch the blue flowers.
Fucking blue flower girl is getting fucked up by this bunny. Oh, it drops the blue dot, but then the yellow dots are flying everywhere.
yeah,
The movement is spectacular.
look at
Holy
that.
shit. Oh my god.
Jfeather moved at just the perfect speed not to get wided. Was so close to getting wided that entire time.
Exactly. Holy shit.
and
That lasted 5 seconds on the timer.
the craziest thing about this game is that it just opens up when people are really good at dodging. I feel like so much of this game is locked behind being able to dodge fluidly.
Yeah, like the entire character of Storm Beast.
Yeah. It's kind of rough for
That is-
any Storm players.
It is indeed rough. I can personally tell you that it is.
I think I'm just barely good enough at dodging with Storm to play her, but it's probably not like the optimal choice for winning. I'm not good enough yet for it to be ideal.
Earlier, you saw QP succumb to, I guess, the keyboard player's second greatest enemy, and that's the inner ring of Lichwide. The really densely packed, hard to dodge
What's the
out
first
of.
greatest enemy?
The first greatest enemy? Sun.
You know what? That actually makes sense. I've always thought I do better against QP than I have any right to. Maybe that's why.
It definitely
Although to be
leads-
fair, QP's gotten even better lately.
Yeah. QP plays on keyboard. How? I don't know.
I don't know. QP's insane. But hey, Jfeather took that last card.
But right now,
You know-
it's looking so good for QP. Jfeather just can't set up.
An important thing I think when fighting Storm is if you are going to get hit and there's nothing you can do about it, you want to get hit as soon as possible. Like run in straight away and get hit so you're close to center screen and won't get checkmated a second time. Because Storm Beast can sometimes follow up checkmates with repeated checkmates because you get slowed down when you get hit and she can just continue to set up. So just walking straight in and getting hit closer to center is better. Although that's most important with characters that have long DS cooldowns like Sun and Hood. And used to be Lich, but now Lich's cooldown being much shorter, it's less important.
So many bullets, so many butterflies, so many flowers.
Ooh, that is a bit of an unfortunate flower. Half of it just off screen. Somehow this is even, though I feel like QP's been dominating, so I'm not sure how. Uh-oh. Ooh, found the hole.
And it's very thin margins for both players, especially if QP throws the wide out. Both players have to be just so careful.
Holy shit.
From J Feather.
That is insane.
Yeah, the clone was just in the right spot. Made a really tight dodge for J Feather, and QP goes up.
Was that just game 1 or was that game 2?
Game 2.
Alright, so J Feather gonna have to reverse sweep if he wants to win this one. I redirected the clone. Wasn't needed, but good nonetheless. Yeah, so at CLC, comment what QP does a lot with these clones is places them just so that the projectile they shoot covers either the top or the bottom, but not so much that it goes off screen. Or puts it in the middle like this to build a longer wall along the middle, and then the opponent has to choose up or down, and then you cover up or down, and then it's like go back around. Those are like I think QP's 2 key patterns. Either so right there, see, and then QP covers the hole with another clone.
Oh, that didn't hit?
Ooh, the dodging. Yeah, so now this is I think a little lower than is optimal, but the idea is still there to build the wall with yourself and the clone.
I can't believe J Feather survived on the top left and now is in a pretty good spot, but no, the wide will take it. Like, oh, that was scarily close.
Nasty.
I think J Feather needs to flower. That is not a great flower. I'm not a fan of Lich players not round start flowering, because if it doesn't like, if you don't hit them immediately, you're just gonna get a really bad flower in a poor place often.
Oh no, J Feather, not like this. You're stuck.
J Feather will have flower soon enough, I think, to live. Ooh, does not get randomly ping sniped by the wide.
But is in such a bad spot right now. QP with 4 hearts to play with can basically just do the worm thing of just using the invuln and walking all over J Feather to cause panic.
Yeah, I think that'd be kind of bad though, because the storm things can fall apart really fast. Ooh, what a good duck down by J Feather. Oh,
Holy shit.
making the comeback.
Oh, and QP
Yes, he
overextends.
That's why going in can be bad. Oh, but J Feather commits too hard.
That was close.
Quite the game.
Alright, and that was QP versus J Feather. Which means Comet, you'll be facing J Feather in the losers.
Surely not. Oh, well, I've already lost.
I mean, I feel like it's less about saying that you lost, but like, how well can you do? It's about the limit
Sure.
testing.
Sure, if I take a single heart, then I'm just correct at this game.
True.
That's the... Really the angle. I'm so tired. I'm running on 1 hour of sleep after a 12-hour shift.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't have asked you to play then.
No, I gotta hit Omega anyways after this. Surely. Not copium. Also, I have to do some.
I want to reach Omega. Oh wait, is a
Okay.
tournament match going on? No.
That's what I'm saying. I'm also hungry as fuck.
Ooh, Rice saying in the chat that they're training for my tournament. Good to see. People actually care about these things.
What tournament?
My beginners tournament, which you should also
Ooh.
join.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'll join. Fog.
They've been fairly popular. I've hosted 4. This will be my 5th.
My goodness. Did you go? Hosting tournaments left and right. Bringing together community.
Well, I host way
single-handedly.
more. I just do beginner tournaments mostly because I really wanted one when I was new and there weren't any. So I just, now that I am in the position to do so, I just host them.
All right. Well, comment. You'll have to play J Feather right now, so the tournament
Right now?
doesn't last too
Okay.
long.
Oh,
Are
it's
we gonna
okay.
watch that match? Is that one on stream?
Nah, nah. The
Oh, actually, let's stream it. Why not? Might as well. We're not gonna get a chance like this often.
It's always. I remember when I was a new player, all my matches got streamed. It was like the most popular person around.
Flexing on everyone? Are you? Wow.
Well, no, every new player is. Because the MNS community is so desperate for new players whenever there are people who take interest.
That's
They're
fair.
like, yo, new player. Hi. Even streamed my match versus Nyx. That was mean. Why did you do that? Not that I didn't mind, but, you know, obviously I got wrecked. Nyx too good.
I have to cast myself. Fuck. I forgot how to use my keys. Okay, I found my keys.
Let's
Alright.
go.
I'm summoning double electric circles,
Oh,
and then I
no.
run into the circle.
I'm summoning a slightly too low clone, teleporting into a wide.
Holy shit, I'm correct. Alright, Shirley. We got this. Okay. Fuck. Alright.
It
There
is-
might be a little bit of a tweaked client, Shirley.
Oh, that was dangerous, but Kama gets out of there just in time.
Yeah, it's very important when Lich starts charging the flower to drop everything in, put a stop to it, because big flowers can just snowball in terms of screen control pretty hard.
Yeah, and that was a bit of a wall coming towards Kama, the basic and the butterfly shots, but Kama manages to dodge this time. Oh, but that's not the greatest flash step ever. Manages to not
Right.
get hit after it.
Look, I'm just styling. Fuck.
True.
And J Feather's building a really big flower, gets a full screen sized one. Or full height, I guess. These
Oh,
full size height flowers don't lead to, oh wow, went to the other side. That's actually a good thing to do sometimes, but in this case you actually reduced your amount of space because there was more space on the left.
and that was a
Look.
very rough first game. Honestly, kind of cringed by J Feather.
True.
It's a tournament, and J Feather's playing to win.
Also true, but I do not take back my statement.
Fuck.
Oh,
I'm gonna go
Ooh.
Sicko mode.
That was some crazy movement, moving all around the flower and not getting hit.
Fuck.
Aw.
Shirley.
it looks like J Feather's utilizing the what BPM? 140 BPM or whatever for Stormwide? 150 BPM. Wait, no,
Whatever.
that's Frost.
I don't know if it works on Lich.
On
That's
Lich,
Frost.
on
Oh
Lich
my
is
God.
different.
Alright, Shirley, I can hit you once.
I believe. Oh, that was close, but no. Comet unable to land a hit so far. We'll have to go for, I guess, a flash step mix-up into basic or whatever.
Or just holding wide. That could get a hit too.
Sure, I can just
It is
hold
Storm Beast after all.
The problem
Well,
is
we'll need to
J
force
Feather will just stand
movement.
still.
Yeah, obviously you need to force movement with basic for wide to do stuff, but yeah, I don't know how well known this is among newer players, but Stormwide does make Storm even faster, like 30% faster, I think.
Oh, good flash step, but unfortunately glides a little bit too high into the wide end. J Feather going up 2-0, turning into a bit of a maven.
Alright, Shirley, I'll hit you once.
I miss Maven. What happened to Maven?
That's a good question. Oh, good flash step. Does not get hit, but unfortunately the bottom wall is the property of that butterfly.
And what you just saw there was Comet using the hit invincibility to reposition, a very important technique in Maiden and Spell, as you have very few chances to freely move, so the post-hit invuln is one of your few chances to just go wherever you want.
Alright, Comet now. Just 4 hearts to work with to try and get a hit on J-Feather. It's definitely possible. Good flash step as well, keeping the offense up, but J-Feather manages to just glide out to the right side.
Ooh, dodges all the butterflies. Oh, the block's so wide, unfortunate.
Oh, good flash step. In place, but doesn't notice the butterfly right above. And almost gets the hit there. It was a good opportunity, but unfortunately, J-Feather will take the set.
GG.
Thank you for playing, Comet. We always appreciate new players.
That was thoroughly enjoyable.
Alright, who do we have next?
We have Game Freak QP.
Alright, that's like the modern classic, to be honest.
Wait, that's not QP.
That's also not Game Freak. I think Game Freak is spectating. Or no.
There we go.
Oh, spectate. Me want spectate? Okay, me spectate.
So Comet, this is yet another QP clash here. The current best active Lich versus the current best active Storm.
These two go back and forth.
I feel like Game Freak has a slightly higher ceiling though, from what we've seen.
I'm not sure I agree with that.
I abstain to both sides. I will see for myself.
QP going with the worm. Maybe this is the pick, but I feel like Game Freak kind of comfortable in this matchup, if I have to say.
Oh, alright. I don't know if that was just for habit or what, but I was actually discussing this match of Game Freak the other day, and he's starting to become a believer in Jake Feather's flowerless style in this matchup, I think.
Really?
Yeah. I actually agree. I think the flowerless style is probably the best, because the way Worm wants to win usually is with Novi Fire, but if you turn it into a reductive matchup where neither player has a defensive special, your moves are just kind of better. I think it makes sense.
Alright, and Game Freak kind of... Well, Mr. Game, I think the tag change has completed.
Oh, Game? I didn't know that he was gaming here as well. Okay.
I mean, if we go by that, we should be calling QP Loser Noob QP. But
I'm not doing that.
anyway, QP a little trapped. We're one of the few characters who does not have the ability to cross over, pretty much.
Yeah, as Worm, your only way to cross over is to get hit. And even then, if the flower is big enough, you can't. Ooh, that is maybe a round start loss.
Yeah.
QP did not react fast enough, and now Lich just sets up for free.
When,
Worm, a character whose threat scales heavily with range, very threatening close up, basically harmless from a distance.
and when the flower is that big, like, it doesn't matter that the
Well,
flower is down when Lich could just hide inside it, basically.
Yeah, if Worm has a lead in this matchup, it should theoretically be over, because if Worm does play it perfectly, Worm can actually force win at min walls with a lead, but that's like crazy hard to do. And also you have to get a lead and not lose it as the walls close in, which is also really hard to do. So you typically don't see this play out, but theoretically it is possible.
And when like Novi Fire, it looks so weird when Novi Fire projectile gets deleted, but that doesn't matter here as Game with a comfortable lead in this set.
Yeah, the Worm definitely not looking like the pick.
I can say with confidence, definitely not the pick.
So true.
This is like a pro switching strat. You hardly see it.
What do you think QB's gonna switch to?
Surely Storm Beast,
Frost.
the best character.
Are you sure?
What?
Are you sure it's gonna be
I
Storm
think
Beast?
QB's going Frost. I
I
think
am
QB's gonna go Frost.
positive.
I also think it's Frost, but we'll see.
Look, see, that's Storm Beast with
Oh,
a hood.
we're both wrong.
It's Storm.
Interesting.
What do you mean? It's Storm Beast with a hood.
Clearly.
You know, Hood is kind of beginner Storm Beast. You just like trade speed and checkmates, which you can't use anyway as a beginner for
Immediate.
spam.
Yeah, immediate power.
Yeah. I will say I did play some Hood earlier today in friendlies, and I reconfirmed for myself what I always knew. Hood is really, really easy. Some things never change. But Hood being easy doesn't matter as much at this skill level where both players are really good. And Game Freak's just kind of bullying QP.
Yeah, game's kind of just comfortable in so many matchups now. Like back in the day, certain characters would pose a bit of a threat, would have big struggles versus Storm Beast, would kind of get sniped out by Hood a lot, like we're seeing here. But nowadays, looking way more stable as a player.
Well, Game Freak does play against Illy's all random quite a bit, so that definitely is going to give lots of well-rounded practice.
Yeah, playing against the greatest player of all time does that.
Surely
On
to
every
go-
character.
And QP with the heart lead, but feeling a little cramped on the right side. Despite the wide not being as dense, there's just a lot of butterflies.
Game
Sure.
Freak, I think, thinks this matchup is quite good for Lich, and I'm inclined to agree.
Yeah, but I think this is one of those matchups that flips based on skill level. This is...
Oh, yeah. I mean, every Hood matchup does, to be honest.
Well, that's true.
I think M&S, at least the last patch, not this patch, but I think last patch had a nearly perfect tier list because difficulty to play almost perfectly was the mirror image of tier list. The worst characters were the easiest and the best characters were the hardest. And I think that's how a game ought to be. The new patch kind of messed that up by making Lich good, who is not by any means the hardest character. But, you know,
Oh,
that wasn't on purpose.
is it Frost time? Or is it Storm time? It's a coin flip.
Surely Storm Beast.
Comment wanting it to be Storm Beast for the VOD footage.
Yeah, I'm writing everything down. Got my notebook out. Got my pen. Taking notes.
If you ask in the channel more specific questions than any advice, I think you'll get better responses.
Also, Mr. J Feather is saying QP played Arc versus me earlier today. That would be kind of crazy.
I actually think Ark is maybe the one character who doesn't lose to Lich this patch. It's possible. It's the only hope for the not Lich world domination.
It's
Holy shit,
Frost.
Roll girl. It's a roll girl.
It is the roll girl.
Roll girl
So-
kind of insane.
Actually, Frost does have one really big thing in this matchup that no other character has. Frost can actually hit Lich through Flower.
Like right there.
Like that. Yeah,
Holy
every other
shit.
character gets deleted by Flower because it deletes major and minor projectiles, but Stun is a unique property move that isn't anything, so Flower doesn't delete it like it does everything else.
Actually,
And it's pretty huge.
Yeah, QP with the crazy rolls this game and catching Game Freak with the wide as well. Going for another stun, but Mr. Game out here playing the game, holding out, not getting caught.
Okay, manages to side switch. I think that was very important because it was getting kind of hectic over on the right, and managed to take a card.
Yeah, those wides are getting a lot of hits. Game with the movement a little bit telegraphed maybe because QP is just pressing it and it's either coming close or hitting.
Yeah, if I had to say Game Freak has one definable weakness, it's that he doesn't respect wides enough, I think, both on Storm and against characters like Frost. I think Game Freak just kind of moves around with not too much of a regard for wide.
And the right side is a little bare. QP able to dodge all of this, I'm pretty sure.
who's kind of playing dangerously, but managing to keep Game Freak out. That's like the most important. You can't let Lich invade your space. If you have space, you have to hold it. Hold your ground. All right. Game Freak has the camping set up, so if the walls just close in, this should be a Game Freak W. But there's the hole. Can't get through quite in time. You know, I do think that is actually rollable in the middle,
Yeah.
but it would be really risky.
Especially on keyboard.
Now it's definitely rollable. Yeah.
Oh, the roll in place coming out from QP. Not quite sure if that was intentional. Maybe rolled and then pressed the keyboard direction.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. This should be a Lich win as it gets to this point, I think. But players like Javaro that are just crazy at dodging can make it to very confoundingly long times into the late game without dying. So we'll see if QP has that. Being a keyboard player is not really conducive to that, but you know, you never know what's gonna happen. Oh,
Oh no!
oh no! Did not need to move there. Should have just shot immediately.
Did not want to. Did not want to do a Cade stun in front of Comet. I'm sure. Did not want to even risk the embarrassment.
A what stun?
A Cade stun. It's a term for when Frost gets the stun and then misses the basic.
Yeah, I don't know how it happens so often. When I play Frost, I basically hit every stun unless I'm hyper forced to move away by being shot at. But some players just miss it when the opponent is not threatening them in any capacity. They just miss.
It is hurry.
Not really
It is hurry in the dead zone. It feels like.
You don't need to hurry. You've got time. Just chill. That's I think the key is you just got to chill for a second.
And chilling is exactly what QP's doing here. Has a lot of space to work with, but that roll was weird.
Just roll straight into a projectile, unfortunately. But has a lot of space. I think it's one of the things Javaro does, from what I've seen in this matchup, that really helps is Javaro controls the top or bottom, whereas QP's controlling left or right. And controlling top or bottom scales way better into the late game as the walls close in, because Game Freak can't just like do this. Where Game Freak has the flowers, the wall is just going to push QP straight into them. But if QP was on the top, then would have space to live even if the walls did close in.
It's kind of looking like QP is just praying for a bonk here because game is not approaching really.
Yeah, Game Freak doesn't need to approach. This is Game Freak's game to lose at this point.
Yeah, but I think the usual Game Freak would like go ham in here for the perfect butterfly position.
Already has two pretty good ones in there.
Oh, almost gets stun waved, but it doesn't matter. Backs up into the base again. QP takes the game.
Good job to QP managing to take that one as Frost.
That was insane, bro.
Game Freak matchup complaining as a Lich player. You love to see it.
Oh, time to.
QP switching every game.
It's a Storm Beast this time, surely.
It might be Arc.
If it's Arc,
Yeah.
then I will respect the Arc extremely.
I hope it's not Sun. That would be a bad choice. Depth would probably also be a poor choice. I don't think I've seen QP play Depth much. You know, when Game Freak first joined the community and people referred to the tag as GF, I thought people were calling Game Freak their girlfriend. It didn't dawn on me that GF also stood for Game Freak, and I was really confused as to why this was happening.
Well, the doomsday scenario for you has arrived. It is the sun coming out from QP.
Yes. This matchup, I'm convinced, is probably in the realm of 8-2, if played correctly by Lich. So we'll see if loser noob QP can bring this one home. Because, like, the problem here is that you have no real way to hit Lich. And the walls are just going to close in, and then once they get close enough, the range of the wall is too long for you to do any, or it's too short to do any real setups. Because you have to layer to get hits on Lich, and you just lose the ability to layer. Yeah, you can't really do much about this. The Lich can just set up in your face because you can't really stop her from running in. It's a struggle.
But if anyone can do it, it's Illy. And maybe QP.
Yeah, I mean, Illy can still win. Like, it's not 100-0. It's still winnable, but it's rough. Has got some space to live there, but unfortunately, because you're so slow while charging moves, can't really put out much pressure because QP's just getting forced to move by the butterfly shots. It's almost as if a speed increase on those charges might help this matchup a bit.
And wait, QP did it. QP made it all the way back in this card.
Oh, I didn't even notice. Good job, QP. I don't remember QP getting hits, so I'm confused as to how that happened. Oh, there's one. Just an unfortunate bonk. Oh, but you know what? QP does have the ping advantage. Sun is a character that scales quite well with bad internet. So if your internet is bad, she's a lot better.
Right, and Game trying to maneuver a little bit. QP though sets up the diamond, slows down Mr. Game, and good flowers set up, except the top half is noticeably bare. Definitely want a little bit of pressure there because QP can just redirect in the top right corner.
Game Freak immediately solves that problem with a flower wide butterfly combo.
Yep, and now looking for more pressure, walking in with the flower, but I don't know, the wide density is still a bit low, even though QP does get hit.
It looks to me like Game Freak's trying for a more passive style, not really running in as much, just like setting up the middle border and camping that out to the end game. Ooh, hesitates a bit. Had Game Freak just walked straight forward, that should have been safe, but waited too long, so the diamond's got a hitbox.
And we said it was passive, but the hits are piling up pretty fast in this card. Both players bonking a bit more than usual.
Something I think QP does better than any other Lich player I've seen is taking advantage of the speed boost on Flower. Did I say Illy or did I say Game Freak? QP? Okay, I meant Game Freak. But I was thinking to myself, if Game Freak also does it better than Illy, which might be true. Because Game Freak will put down a flower and then use the speed boost to immediately go in and set up even more. It's something that I think most Lich players don't do, because it's like, oh, gotta set up and then run away to defend. Game Freak takes advantage of the speed boost to go in and attack.
Do you know what this conversation reminds me of? The time everyone clowned on me for saying that Illy's like mechanical difference makes it so that he doesn't do as much like tech as other players, which is absolutely true, by the way.
Mechanical difference? What do you mean?
Illy's just better at raw mechanics, so it doesn't do like a lot of the little things that other players do to try and get an edge.
Mm-hmm.
I'll always stand by that statement because I was just right back then.
All right, QP kind of memes around that set, and Game Freak takes it.
But QP still has a potential losers final win to go back.
Oh, are we to losers finals already? This is a quick tournament.
No, we're losers semis. a bit of a name switch here. This is Skipe, right?
I honestly can't tell you which is which. We should be able to tell from ping. Oh no, we can't see the ping, only they can. J-Feather should know if something's off. If it's like 200, 400 ping, however much it is, because White Rice is from Asia.
Game Freak says QP is countering me by warming up Stormbeast against Jay, throwing to me so I don't get warm up against Stormbeast. I think that's quite possible, no? Even though it's probably not.
I don't think so. I think QP's just having fun.
No, but like the effects of it might be possible if QP
Maybe
decides to go all Storm.
Is Comet still here? Yes.
We're seeing so much Lich Storm this tournament.
Yeah.
Wait, are we sure this is Skipe?
I told you I have no clue who this is. It could be that this is actually white rice.
Oh, if one of these people were playing Arc, we could know. Arc with a distinctive wide pattern for identifying ping. But Barry allegedly is doing quite well. Setting up a bit of a wall, going for some...
I don't think this is Barry. I've never in my life seen Scape play Stormbeast, and like...
I have, but this is weird.
And this seems like pretty good Storm play.
This seems suspicious. I don't know, maybe you're just indirectly complimenting Scape.
Maybe.
But J Feather just staying strong, even though he does get hit here. Has multiple hearts to work with and can just basic to punish the charge basic.
That should be a suggestion for next patch. Allow spectators to view ping.
Next patch if it happens. Wait, Mino's game
Well, now
announcement is tomorrow, right?
Yeah, so assuming that's a single player game, it shouldn't really need a patch cycle, except for like bug fixes. That should open up the dev time for cleaning up the mess that was last patch. At least in my opinion, it was an utter failure. Not sure if that's a common opinion or not, but given most of the good players quit, I suspect they feel the same way.
I think them quitting was not very related to the patch, but I do agree that the patch was not great. Like I don't think the patch had a lot to do with people stopping playing. Because Maintenance Spell is like a notoriously dead game in terms of like people just taking long breaks.
You know, when I saw the Maidens chat yesterday and it was like, what was the message order? I think it was like Game Freak Me Ghetto. It's like, wow, this really is this is the M&S community now. It's all the people that used to be the new players. Now we're the old players.
Yep.
And then there's still Illy, which I appreciate. Illy quitting would be a true tragedy.
Yeah, but even if Illy quit, Illy will eternally be the greatest of all time.
Yeah, it'd be pretty tough to beat.
Almost impossible to overcome.
Even if Game Freak like started winning everything, I think the fact that Game Freak only would be doing it with Lich, whereas Illy won with every character, that definitely would be pretty hard to beat. We already lost Minkle, which is itself a tragedy.
Yep.
Surely Minkle comes back eventually, right?
Minko will come back once I start leaving the game open to beat his hours.
I don't know how I have more hours than you. You've done like every tournament, right? So how do I have more hours than you?
Because I don't play.
I know, but it seems like tournaments would be more hours than playing, especially since you've been in it since the beginning and I only joined this year.
I don't know. Even though like I've always been around, tournament hours are just less than like playing hours. Because it's like once a week maximum, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh!
I still don't know well who I would have played if I entered this tournament.
Can't believe that worked. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't know what. I'm just waiting for someone, whether it be me or like someone else, to make the next step in the genre of Maiden and Spell.
Do it. I if you want to make that, I think it'd be pretty hype.
Thing is, I am so invested in running events right now.
Yeah, that's cool too. I mean, we obviously appreciate it. I'm sure the OS people appreciate it too. I'll switch hats for a minute. Omega Strikers player Max really appreciates it too. Alright, back to M&S Max.
Yeah, and J Feather kind of cleaning it up now after that really unexpected first hit. Just cleans it up 2-0. No hint of that. Scape would have won there. Oh, wait. Wait a second. Some imposters in here. Yeah, Walnut. Unfortunately, Comet did not make it to the finals.
Unfortunate.
However, Comet did top 8. So we do pop off. Alright, and J-Feather, I think can just afford to play it slow here. And is playing it slow. But I don't know. Whoever this is, if this is Skip A, like, that's just, I guess, the consequences of picking Storm Beast for fun against J Feather, who has faced so many Storm Beasts this tournament.
Yeah.
J Feather's like perma Storm Beast fighting. Has only fought Storm Beast so far. And is
That's
about
great.
to run into QP again.
Did QB play Storm last time? Yeah, I think did.
Yeah. J Feather will have only played against Storm Beast this tournament if QP goes full Storm Beast and beats J Feather. If J Feather wins against full Storm Beast, game better pick Storm Beast just for the bit.
Game Freak will not be picking Storm Beast. I can guarantee it.
That is unfortunate.
Game Freak is a Lich loyalist. Aside from that one random Arcanist game last tournament.
The Arcanist game was cool, except it didn't work out.
Game Freak does not have a great deal of confidence in his secondaries.
J Feather one hit away, and the inner ring of wide will do it to you. Moving on to yet another Storm Beast confrontation.
Potentially.
Oh wait, the
You know-
Arcanist pick worked? Oops, I forgot. Oh, it's the Frost and Storm that didn't win. That doesn't say very good things about a potential Storm gauntlet for J Feather.
So Game Freak, I just realized that in the chat, the patch was fantastic. I'm not sure if that's...
I think it's a
Serious?
joke.
Yeah, I would hope it's not serious. You know what? There was one character whose changes I thought were amazing, and that was Worm. Because it was a simple change, and it was needed. That's like the best change.
Huh. Where's QP?
Loser Noob QP is up here. Top right.
Wait, what? You know, Omega Strikers has given me a newfound appreciation for the fact you can tab out and still hear game audio.
I can hear game audio in this game when I tab out.
Yeah, but Omega Strikers you can't. It's a nightmare for tournaments.
You not. Oh, so do you prefer being able to tab out and hear game audio?
Yes. Because
What about it is bad for tournaments that you can't?
I can't do anything in the background while a game's playing.
Oh, true.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a struggle as QP ends the storm streak with depth.
Depth, huh? I'm curious to see. I don't know if I've ever seen QP play depth.
Oh,
Ooh, a nice checkmate there.
bit of an over.
Playing the red depth color, truly a cultured gamer. Because I think the skin's way better than the green one.
Well, these two colors mesh pretty well together. Very well.
Red and blue, they're nice. All right, so this is a very snowbally matchup. Maybe it's less so since flower change, but it used to be at least. I've not seen this matchup much at all post patch. I imagine it got way better for Lich because like I think the biggest difference, like obviously the flower change is just good in every matchup, but on depth's end, the cat nerf I think is huge because cat in this matchup was an offensive tool used to plug gaps, and having access to it significantly less often will probably make Depth's offense in this matchup a good deal worse than it used to be, and defense by contrast, since offense and defense used the same tool.
And also, like, even when people thought it was depth favored, it was harder for the depth. Like, the depth
Oh, yeah,
had
you
to
had to
work
work-
hard.
I mean, that's kind of Depth as a character. You got to work hard in every matchup. She doesn't get anything for free. But supposedly this one was really good for for Depth. I didn't play either character all that much, so no first-hand experience, but I've been told that it was quite good for Depth.
Unfortunately, Jfeather holding onto the flower for a bit too long.
I've thought about doing this because I like Depth. I just don't like the matchups against like the characters where you have to camp the entire game, like Burst Worm and Frost. But maybe a matchup like this, I could play as Depth and be fine.
Yeah, and well, Jfeather just running away from the basic, not trying to get shotgunned. Has to be careful here. What happened? Like, it just feels like every Depth game I've watched, people aren't doing the detonation after flower deletion thing.
It's not the easiest thing in the world, and I think people may just not remember to do it because no one actually plays this character. I'm sure a Depth main would remember to do it.
I guess.
Ooh, nice catch.
Back when I
It's easy.
like messed around with depth, it just felt pretty easy to do. But I could be wrong.
I don't think it's trivial, but I've also never practiced it. Maybe it's easier if you practice it a bit.
QP on the ropes here. Gets a shotgun though. Could take this card. Just needs to stay alive for a little while longer.
Ooh, going in. I guess Game Freak kind of forced a mix-up there. QP just guessed wrong. Ooh, that hole at the bottom is huge because it gave space where there shouldn't have been any.
That was a very scary shotgun to do and to be on the receiving end of.
That top right butterfly, ooh, almost gets Game Freak. But yeah, the top right butterfly is doing work. But Game Freak walks into the shotgun and QP takes the card.
So true. Game Freak 9, mind controlling Jfeather 6. I'm sorry.
Is that a hole you can go through? I guess it is. Oh, Game Freak finds the gap, and Jfeather's the one who gets hit there. Or no, sorry, Jfeather and QP. Sorry, I got it all mixed up.
I was wondering when you would notice because you've been saying that for like the past 5 minutes.
Have I been saying Game Freak this entire time?
Yes.
Whoops, sorry.
Game Freak was the butterfly.
Was the butterfly?
Game Freak was all 4 butterflies, but Jfeather says I don't need butterflies, getting some basic hits right here.
I still don't know what you mean by Game Freak was all 4 butterflies, but okay.
It's a joke because in Omega Strikers, a popular joke is people saying I was the core.
Oh. Oh, wait, what? That didn't look like it hit to me, but okay.
That was a bit far, but I guess whatever works.
Okay, is this game 1? I can't remember. It's been so long.
Yes.
This one's gone on for a while. Ooh, alright. Still in it.
Definitely a QP comeback angle. But now that I said that, the chances have gone down as the basic comes out.
That was a really bad shotgun, unfortunately. Just kind of shotgunned in front of a projectile. You really did with the commentator curse.
Yup, it was so far in advance, but I knew it was over as soon as the words left my mouth.
That was fun to watch. We don't get to see much depth. Maybe I'll have to change that. Thoughts?
Honestly, it would be cool, but depth is a lot of work.
I know. I've tried learning depth on and off for a couple months though, so I'm not at ground zero. I have some stuff.
Alright, QP's character choice now is Frost question mark?
But a character that actually rewards effort is refreshing though. Arc, playing the full roster. I think, has QP played every character now? Except for Lich, I think?
Yeah, we'll probably pull out the Lich soon. QP Arc, I don't think was too great. definitely has better characters. We'll have to see how it does as the wide gets the first hit of the game.
I do think Arc's pretty good against Lich though, so maybe that'll help even it out.
But that's a keyboard moment right there, having to hesitate a little bit more while going through the inner ring of wide.
Not debuff spamming. I think debuff spam is like really important in this matchup. Because Lich has a harder time escaping it than other characters, and some of them are really, really bad to get hit by. Like Mini, which is usually like not the worst, is quite bad for Lich.
Wasn't there like this really funny interaction with Mini Butterfly or whatever? But anyway, Jay Feather comfortably taking the first card. Oh,
Ooh. Misses the clock.
I think was going for a debuff there, but gets the clock this time.
Needs to get out of the flower.
Oh,
Wow. Almost gets out without flowering. Oh no.
bit of an invisible wide, almost. Very hard to navigate around, and QP facing a lot of trouble. Gets a hit, but accidentally ducks into the bottom shot of a butterfly. And it's an instant switch.
That was from last round.
Oh. Oops.
Let's see what we get. Expecting to switch to Lich, to be honest. Because QP can't complete the all-character mission quest line if he doesn't go Lich this game. Because this could be the end of the line. Oh, seeing a switch. You know, honestly, that's kind of a hard quest to do because it means you have to win games on like 6 characters if you want to play every character in a tournament. Is it Lich or is it Storm? It could be QP tryharding. We'll see. It's the all-character quest line. Lich.
Let's go. And QP down 0-2. We'll have to do a lot this game in order to keep the tournament run alive.
In order to save us from the Lich Mirror Grand Finals. Honestly, though, bring it on. More data points in my favor. Could never hurt. But we'll see if QP can take this one. Those are like some unfortunate position things. J-Feather does have a place where he could get a deletion of 2 flowers and a butterfly. Oh, but they're just both gone anyway.
Yeah.
This might be the most different matchup in the game. If we still have like outside viewers.
Yeah.
Because Lich's defensive special deletes itself, so it's like a space control war in a way that other matchups aren't as much.
I think Storm v Storm is also pretty different.
You do?
Yeah.
I mean, it's different. It feels different from other Storm matchups, but I don't think it feels different from M&S the game like this one does.
I think kinda does. I don't know how to explain it. Storm v Storm is just something.
I think the reason it feels different as a Storm is because usually Storm Beast has full control over movement, but Storm Beast mirrors are the only matchup where you don't get to fully control your opponent's movement because they also have wide, so it's like a bit different.
Alright, and J-Feather just slowly closing it out here. Getting hit, but has a 2-heart lead. If QB gets hit once, it's over. Has to mind. Does not get the butterfly deletion crucially, and the pressure is stacking up, and J-Feather will end QP's run, but QP manages to complete the character collection.
That's kind of a funny little goal. Good job to QP for that, and good job to J-Feather for winning.
Where's Game Freak?
Is Game Freak gone?
Oh, game that had zero faith in J Feather. What the heck? Negative faith, even.
I mean, it's just Game Freak having respect for the rival, right?
Yeah. Max.
Got him. I would be shocked if Zorn doesn't air tomorrow, because I googled the money. I think it's like 380 Brazilian, whatever their currency's called, if Zorn wins. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, the only crazier exchange rate is for Turkey.
Oh yeah, Maven probably won a lot of money from.
Yeah, Magical Mountain. Maven's like small prize turned into a huge prize.
Oh, we got a depth from J Feather, not going for the Lich Mirror. Interesting. Maybe it was inspired by the depth play earlier from. Oh wait, what? Yeah, it was depth played against J Feather by QP. That's what happened, right?
Yeah, and I definitely like it because might as well just do it in the first game.
Yeah, I think that this is what J Feather should have been doing from the beginning. Like, hasn't J Feather always just Lich Mirrored? I don't know why J Feather never tried this. I mean, I'm sure there's a reason. Maybe tried it in friendlies and it didn't go well. I'd have to guess that that's probably it, but I do like to see this attempted at least. Ooh, what a good cat. Backs up though. Game Freak's got a good spread of butterflies, but there's not really a place J Feather can hang out other than the corner that won't have projectiles from multiple angles. Everything just gets eaten. Ooh, doesn't respect the shotgun. And does not respect the shotgun still. Is Game Freak gonna get hit by it again? My, look at that. That might be one of the silliest moments I've ever seen. Can someone clip that? I can't clip it for some reason. Oh no, I can.
J Feather taking a card here is kind of huge. It goes for a double shotgun, but maybe.
Can you
not
believe
the
that
play.
that happened?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. J Feather's play right now is kind of crazy too. Just walking up and shotgunning along with the basic game has to change your game plan a little bit. It feels like, because right now it just feels like J Feather has too high of a chance to win for, I guess, what Game Freak's doing right now to be 100% reliable.
I think it's just gonna get better for Game Freak as the game goes on. Yeah, see, as Lich just gets more screen control, it gets harder and harder for depth.
Oh, but J Feather out there with the close up Y goes for a shotgun. Interesting. After the Y, it doesn't get hit either, and has to dodge in the corner. Oh no!
Oh, just barely.
That was so unfortunate because the reason J Feather circled back was because of the flower, but the flower disappeared and the wide was there.
Yeah.
That was so close.
I still think it's possible that J Feather hit the flower before it disappeared. I'm not sure he hit the wide.
Yeah,
Did you know for sure?
I think I'm 99% sure I saw the wide.
Okay.
I could be wrong though. I have been wrong in the past.
Ooh, Game Freak just walking up and basicing. And J Feather is giving up. Very unfortunate. I wonder if it's a full give up or just give up that card. Alright, just the card, it looks like.
Yeah, and that makes more sense because the disadvantage at the end of that card was like way more than I guess usual for the J Feather give up. But right here, oh, that's unfortunate.
Aww. Unfortunate game.
Fortunate 4-game though. Just 1 game away.
Yep.
Alright, J Feather riding the basic. Cause
Yeah, I was about to
yeah.
If that's not a hit, then this is over. Like, you have to land those hits as depth. That's like your moment. I would have shotgun, but what J Feather did was fine as well. Ooh. At least it's still even.
Yeah, J Feather's getting a lot of good setups, but also like getting caught on the approach by game.
Yeah, this matchup does seem pretty swingy still. You gotta go for it as depth. You can't get walled out. And if you do, you have to like play to the super duper late game.
Alright. Offense coming in and Game Freak kind of mixes themselves up. Oh no.
Yeah, this is what you need is depth. You need to get these continuous snowballing setups. What a good angle on the shotgun. That was masterfully played by J Feather. Now just needs to close it out. But these are the moments where it's scary because Lich has so much screen control now, and although you only need 1 hit, it's rare to get random bonks as depth ever. So you've got to earn one from this spot, and that can be rough.
Yeah, and though I gotta say, what a quick turnaround from the last game by J Feather.
Yeah, I think this one's over though. I think Game Freak just wins.
Really?
Yeah, the screen control's too strong. I don't think you can earn one from here as depth. This is a good shot though. That's as close as it's gonna get. Oh, that was
like last pixel.
so close. Very well played by J Feather. I thought it was over. I didn't believe, but proven me wrong.
That was like the last possible moment for J Feather. If game survives that, I think it swings back like you said.
Oh, J Feather making it happen. 2 quick setups. Doing a very good job plugging those holes with Depth's other moves. Now, unfortunately, yeah, with that much space to run back against the wall, it's not really a mix-up. Game Freak can always beat it. Just has to go around Cat and then bait the explosion on the basic.
Oh, and
Oh, the Cat does not eat that one.
game was about to get hit there too. Feels like doubly bad for J Feather. Hearts are even.
J
And,
Feather-
oh no.
Oh, needs to get out of there. Okay. I think J Feather, this card is going to be hard pressed to find 2 hits.
Can definitely find
That card
one.
really helps.
Oh, and
Ooh.
punishes game's autopilot. That could be huge, but no, unfortunately gets hit. But that immediate punish on the habit was great. Like just full commit
Which
shotgunning.
habit? The basic or the wide butterfly.
Yeah.
That habit.
Yeah, the game immediately moved top right, the wide butterfly, and J Feather just pressed the shotgun instantly. It was a read.
Yeah, that's a good get. It was gonna get hit here. What a dodge! I thought that was over. Nice setup.
Oh wait, I forgot to update the scoreboard. It's 2-1. Oops. Even though the hearts are even, it just looks so hard for J Feather here. Needs to get a crazy shotgun or something, but cannot.
Yeah, I think J Feather's had several setups that would have done something on the previous patch, but the really fast flower cooldown has saved Game Freak several times. Just getting out for free.
So close,
Ooh.
but that's it. Game Freak takes it.
Good stuff to Game Freak. Another win in the books.
It was coming alive for Jfeather though, quite a bit.
Yeah, I will say I'm very impressed with Jfeather's depth play. That's like the best depth play we've seen in many months in MNS.
Hopefully Mr. Game joins a Costco VC so we can do the dragging.
I think Game was already in one.
And then
I guess left.
Costco really was the right name, I guess.
Why? I think it's a bit silly, but
It
you
is
know.
silly, but it works.
Hello.
Yo.
Good job, Game Freak. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
How'd you feel about having to play against depth this time instead of the Lich Mirror?
It's honestly scarier.
How do you feel about getting clipped on?
Yeah, I got clipped.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
I mean,
no.
you get hit by 3 times by the same move. That's a clip.
Okay, but honestly, that's like I didn't expect him to do it for 3 hearts. You know. And
It was-
I was in the corner, and the giant bubble popped, and I was alive for a second.
Yeah, I know. I thought that
Unfortunately.
you were gonna live somehow. So, you think your chances tomorrow are good?
I don't know. QP didn't give me the warm up with Storm, so he might come
Oh,
in and
you meant-
scoop it all up.
You meant QP was saving the warm up for tomorrow.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, maybe.
and man's warming up on Jfeather Lich, and then doesn't give me the warm up. Tragic.
When money's on the line, people get ruthless, I suppose.
That's true, and that's fair.
All right.
You have any?
Oh, what were we gonna say?
I was gonna ask if you have anything for Game Freak, Saya.
Not really.
Hmm.
Do you have anything to tell the people?
We went 2-2 in Omega Strikers Saturday today.
Yeah, that was
you
huge.
did. Did you
Yeah.
make a big upset?
Yeah, we beat Vaughn's team.
You
I
did?
believe.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. Nice.
Team. We took a game off Quest Esports.
Oh, that's the bigger
Who was-
one. That's
Who
huge.
was your team? Who was on your team?
It was Kayane and Mosiaspor.
Are those good
Yeah.
players? I don't know of those players, unfortunately.
But Mosi is good, but is also like extremely weird in terms of how they play. They have the worst possible trainings, but they're like insane. Kayane is a plat. So taking a game off Quest Esports with a roster like that is unheard of.
Yeah, that's seriously impressive. Good job.
Well, the thing is, like, Quest went Juno, and Quest might be the better player, but I think my Juno might be better.
Quite possibly.
I feel like I missed my chance to get into the Omega Strikers comp scene at the beginning. It's so sad.
No, game got in super late. and look at him now. He's
Yeah, I got
popping.
clout. I got mentioned by Quest himself, the tournament winners.
Mr. Hamster Quest. Mr. Hamster Quest shouted game out in the winner's interview. That's like Illy saying that someone they faced in winners round 1 was their hardest opponent or whatever.
I don't think we were their hardest opponent, but we like surprised them with
Yeah.
our skill. You know, you don't expect like the 8th seed shitter to be actually a solid team.
Anyway, that's it. I will raid Yoki, I guess.
I think Yoki stream is great. Definitely do that.
MNS raid?
I think Yoki knows my Twitch name. We can MNS raid.
Honestly, half this chat might be Omega Strikers raid at this point.